Hello, hello. Okay, I think we're rolling. Now I have to make the game visible. Okay, seems good to me. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Atneval and I'm gonna be today's commentator for Tier 2 at Phoenix. Exciting indeed. So bear with me if I'm a bit rusty. This is my first time trying out this, so it's gonna be exciting. Today we are gonna drive at Brazil and we're gonna have a sprint race also. And if I'm not mistaken, the weather is gonna be predetermined. If I'm right, we're gonna have some clear weather in the qualifying, which is gonna be one shot, and we're gonna have some rain in the sprint and a clear weather once again in the race. So that's gonna be interesting to see. You can see the drivers are getting ready and we are soon gonna ready up in the lobby, hopefully. And yeah, I personally do race engineer some of the guys here, and I'm familiar with some of them, and I'm really interested how they're gonna take on Brazil. At the moment, Alpine is leading the construction race with the points, and I think the leading driver in the drivers is who? I think one of the... we'll have to check that, because it's a close race in the drivers at the moment. And if I can find it right now, that would be pretty nice. Yeah, this is going to be here. So Tier 2, yeah, that should be right. Standing Season 8 updated, so this is gonna be it then. Yes, so Dietz is leading the standings with 44 points. Closely behind him is Crumpers with 41. And third one is Mr. Bastoon 2.0, 37 points. So these are pretty close to each other. I could also mention that for this race, if I'm correct, we're gonna have we are not gonna have any safety cars, which is gonna make things interesting. If you make a small mistake, the safety car won't gonna help you out to get back into the fight or clear out the situation, basically. So you really have to watch out for yourself and for the driving. And now we are gonna getting ready finally. People leaving the briefing room and getting to their dedicated voice channel. So qualifying won't be long, one shot. It's enough to make a small mistake and start from the back. However, it's also enough to get the most out of it. If you are not that great in more laps of qualifying, then maybe you can get ahead in one lap. We will see how this is going to turn out. Also, the strategies and the setups are gonna be interesting, because are you want to make your car better in the rain at the sprint, or you want to make it more better for the race and losing positions in the rain? We will see about that too. Strategy is gonna be really varied in my opinion, so I'm gonna be really interested about it. I should mention this. This is not gonna be the usual Crips Clean streaming, but hopefully it's gonna be fine. So you see, everyone is getting ready, and now everyone is gonna choose their setup for this one and making sure that it's gonna be good for the weekend. Someone already pressed ready, and we're gonna see some laps soon enough. It's gonna be really difficult to actually commentate a one-shot quali. We will see. I also tried to get a telemetry in to get some information about damages. So let's see. Right now Fat Cat is ahead and starting his lap. Now he's losing position, but that's gonna be pretty soon. Some of the guys has qualifying bans, I assume, and that's why they are retiring from the session. For now, Fat Cat is leading, and we can see his lap and how the tracks basically works for us. So this track, the second sector, is pretty twisty. As you can see, a lot of turns and a lot of slow corners, which can give some overtaking opportunities for the guys, but we have like two main straights, which can be really good for low downforce setups as well. Now, so far, Fat Cat is keeping its lead in the qualifying. Deeds closely behind. And we could... oh, I can see the track time, amazing stuff. So, for now, it seems like Fat Cat is gonna take first place. And Deeds lost P2, maybe because of a higher downforce setup. And yes, Fat Cat gets P1, follows Deeds, Mad, Mitis, Ghost Rider, Kakarinus, Dixnix, Vabo, Tiki Dogs, Baltash, Arrow, Crumpets, Bobby McQueen, and Blitz disqualified from the session. Well, I hope you saw everything from this track. We're gonna see it more in other laps as well, but that's going to be it for now. So let's see, I'm interested to see, is the Alpine had... no, I'm pretty sure the Alpine didn't had a qualifying ban, so I don't know why he haven't made a lap. Oh! Fat Cat, oh, okay, Fat Cat got a 3/10 lead. Okay, I haven't noticed that. That's pretty impressive, I have to say that. Wow. Wow, okay, that's something. Fat Cat is basically smurfing in this league, well, in the one-shot, but to be fair, this is not really smurfing. In a one-shot quali, you can make a small mistake and you can see the results of it. Wow. Okay, so basically the lap times are between 8/10, which is pretty exciting. Now, getting to the sprint, which is gonna have rain. It's probably gonna be inters, like I don't think it's gonna be storm weather, but we are gonna see that pretty soon. But yeah, like I said, this is basically what makes the strategies and the setups more difficult to determine, this rainy sprint, where you can get some positions and lose some. I assume we're gonna see some carnage, but let's hope we're gonna see clean start at the beginning and throughout the race, of course. You love the accent. Well, I love my accent also. Thank you very much. Get in there. Okay. Now, thankfully, the guys are waiting for each other at the for a minute. That's why if someone wants to make a last minute change or a last second change, they can do that right now. And that's how we like to see it, giving equal chance to everyone. This is a really difficult track to drive, by the way, like really easy to slip, especially in these conditions on the turns. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how the guys are gonna take on this track. And we are gonna start 2, 3, 5. Rights are out right now, and we're gonna start. Tixney is getting a jump start, which is giving a drive-through penalty, and we are not getting from really good angles. Fat Cat is ahead for now, and I see some of the drivers going on the outside, but for now Fat Cat is ahead without any difficulties. Lot of position changing from behind, but Fat Cat gets Deeds right behind him, who might try something out. Deeds, I think, is disconnected, that's why he's ghosting. But we could see that the top two is getting they got ahead nicely. Meanwhile, Marty getting a 5-second time penalty. There is some fighting around this part. Ghost Rider and Mad pretty close to each other. Pretty difficult to do actually anything in these conditions in the first lap, just to stay behind of someone. This somehow has no delta. Don't ask me why. Ooh, and Matt is going to the grass, and this is gonna make him lose a position. Vabo pass him, but oh my god, Matt is just basically pushed Vabo out. What was that? Where is Vabo? Vabo is back on the track, but that was really weird. Oh my god, I don't know what happened there. Maybe it's gonna be a An internet issue. We have a yellow flag and we should get a track. My bad for it. So we have this track. We got some telemetries. Live data would be nice. And we should get the leader. Okay. For whatever reason, we don't get any leader intervals. So we just get normal intervals. Okay. My bad. Professional streamer, by the way. Everything is fine. So Flynn is fighting with Phoenix. Letting closely each other. For now, Flynn surrenders the position, but he might try something in this small straight. Not quite close to him, but getting closer. For now, it looks like Fat Cat has a comfortable lead against Deets. And we have basically 2 DRS trains immediately, most likely because of a situation. So far, we see minor position changes at the back, because basically it's gonna be settled for now, but soon enough, in a few laps, we're gonna see some fighting. Actually, we should check around this part of the track. The 2 Alpha Tauri is basically leading this DRS train, and I assume Vabu wants to have some run here. Vabu, who won last race Monza, but Baltaj is gonna try and overtake his teammate. They keep it clean for now. Oh, and he gets a push! He gets a push from Vabu. He gets a push from Vabu. There is a yellow flag, but we are not gonna see any safety car, I assume. Either Vabu pushed him or he throttled out too early. Sadly, I didn't catch that. Again, professional streamer, as always. So, Vabu now getting to P7 and might trying to catch Matt, but there is some fighting for the Alpine. Alpine is taking P8 from Versh. Pretty nice move and quite exciting, but Versh is cutting back, not even questioning like what Mr. Bust is doing, staying on the inside, and it seems clear, seems good for now. The Alpine is ahead, but this is going to in the right, and Versh is taking the corner. He gets a little bit of push, not giving too much space, but seems like Versh got it all right. Krampus is gonna DNF most likely because he lost his own track, but he actually has an AI. He actually has an AI. By the way, I really love these camera angles. Flynn is also getting DNF'd. Are we gonna have a red flag? Yeah. We are most likely gonna have a red flag. Yes, we are gonna get a red flag.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Thank you much, sir.
No worries.
Okay. So we're gonna have a red flag. This is not what we wanted to see. But we are gonna check like what's going on. So for now, I'm gonna do this. So in the meantime, that was a pretty hectic race, and well, as I said, this is my first time commentating, and luckily I learned some things now. If you want to ask me why this red flag occurred, I have no clue. I'm going to try and get some information out of this. Meanwhile, the streaming starting screen should be on. Yes, it is on. Very nice. So let's see what happened. If I have to guess, it has to be some kind of disconnect issue with Deets, maybe? Yeah, okay. So far, not really explaining it like what's going on. Wait, actually I should leave the session as myself, what I'm doing. Yeah, okay. So if I have to guess, this has to be because of a disconnect issue or something with the settings. Like, it usually happens, but for now, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. That was so good for you. Yeah, Fat Cat, you had some major start. Your quali was amazing also. Like, you had everything in your hand. You were completely clean ahead of that Haas, I think, from P2. This basically, I'm not gonna say it's robbed, but it's really unlucky. Yeah, so, doing well for my first time, thank you very much. This gives me confidence. I'm happy to hear it. Okay, let's get some information out of this. People are in the paddock. Usually this is where the guys explaining each other like what's going on, and then also the admins are gonna explaining like what happened or what's the procedure now. Maybe I made a mistake. Yeah, I made a mistake leaving the session. Okay, nice one from me. I should get back when we are sorted out. Yeah, I should have just stayed there. Okay, they are discussing if they want to make new lobby. I assume they won't make a new lobby, because if it's a lobby setting, that's easy to fix. If it's maybe a host now, that's where you want to make a new lobby, but I assume we won't need that. I just made the instant decision to leave the whole thing. Don't ask me why. Okay, we can check the chat. Check P1. Well, Alcatriz, I'm not gonna be able to check P1, but I can tell you that what was the qualifying order, if it's gonna work out nicely. Yeah, so again, qualifying order was Fat Cat finishing P1 by a mile basically 3/10. Follows Dietz and Alpha Tauri with no name, my bad, Mitis, Ferrari, someone. Yeah, I'm watching this from the telemetry, that's why I'm not seeing names. There is Baltás, Aero, Vabo, I assume the other Alpine, who is who? Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry. Hello. Oh. Hello. Okay, well, that's pretty unlucky for the guys. So I assume this is gonna be a lobby restart, and the lobby is gonna be the same.
Session, so it does mean another start on the grid. But yeah, what did you think of that so far?
Well, it was quite exciting, and by the way, they didn't hurt you because of me, but now it's fixed.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's good. However, I was really curious. Like, Fat Cat had a 3/10 lead in the qualifying, which is quite exciting, quite interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Against everyone. That was pretty nice.
Now, the question is, can he carry that into the race? It's going to be tricky conditions out there.
Yeah, that's gonna be tricky. Also, I should... amazing. Mitis for the save. Okay. Yeah, okay, I got back to the lobby. Nice. So yeah, this happens, which is unlucky, but this is not because of the league. That's an in-game problem. Most of the time, I don't know, Maverick, if you are talking, but I can't hear you, not just the others. Mav scary? Nah, he's good.
Sorry, my headset chose that very second to run out of battery.
It's okay, all good.
But anyway, yeah, so it looked like Fat Cat had a good start in the sprint, but yeah, can he carry it into the race? That's the question. You know, it's going to be interesting. You know, and two very different conditions here as well. Do you think the same drivers are going to be fast in the wet as well as the dry, or do you think it's going to mix it up a little bit?
Well, at this point, it's probably not gonna be good for making your car for the sprint also, because you get most of the points in the race. So if you make the chance or the choice that you make a higher downforce car, then you will definitely suffer in the race though. I think we're gonna see some interesting choices though. I don't know about the drivers, but well, it could happen. Like, I don't know, maybe someone wants to get more positions through the sprint, who knows.
Yeah, and then it means maybe that you know, you're in a better position then whenever you do go to the main race. So yeah, I think we're in for a very interesting session here. Let's see how they all do. It looks like hopefully we're about to get underway soon. Everyone's still speaking about the. There we go. It looks like all of the drivers are going to their radio calls for now, so we are about to get underway. So with that, I will leave you to it.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the session, and everyone on stream, enjoy as well. And I'll be keeping an eye on that stream. I'm looking forward to it. You're doing very well so far, as I did say. And everyone on stream as well. Isn't he doing a good job? Yep, of course.
Thank you, Mav. Thank you so much.
No problem at all, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
All right, cheers. Bye-bye. Okay, that was Maverick for us. He explained it extremely well, like what happened, like he usually does. But you couldn't hear it. I'm so sorry about it. Okay, so driver's getting ready. One is missing. I think he's still in the lobby. That's probably Martin. Yeah, he should go for Aston, I assume. Yeah, that's gonna be Aston. Yeah, seems like qualifying is not gonna be restarted, which is understandable, because why would you need to do that? Yeah, really unlucky with the issue. Sadly, this game does have issues, and we can just only hope for that the 24 game is gonna be much better in general. Now, my only question, sorry if I'm altering too much. I turn down this. Okay. Okay, if the engine sound is gonna be too high or too loud, sorry, let me know about it. But now this is gonna be the last alt tab I'm gonna do, hopefully. Yeah, the game is a one big issue. To be fair, it has up and downs. Like, I'm a controller player. I'm not really into league racing and all, but as a controller player, at least this is better made than previous games. Like, I'm not gonna say more responsible, but more easier to control the car on a controller, and that's a one pro for this game. And I could say it's a newbie friendly game. Like, you can get easily into this one. And yeah, EA is having a lot of issues right now. Oh, EA issues, so that's gonna be servers and some things. Oh no. Yeah, that's not ideal. I saw only one race in my life when I race engineer someone, when a race got basically postponed because of an EA issue. Yeah, EA servers could have issues, and basically you are not able to connect to the server or the lobby at all. Thank you, Fat Cat. Good luck to you. Hopefully we are going underway. And yeah, I hope we're gonna get some racing soon. Yeah, this is really something which you can't really do anything with it. That was a nice English sentence from me. I was also part of a previous league race where the organizers were pretty mad about these issues and basically decided to throw away the F123 game and not making races and league races at all for it, because it's so inconsistent, as you can see, with the in-game issues, with the technical difficulties, network issues. I mean, it's an understandable at one side, but I mean, this is a game where a lot of player or a lot of people basically knows it, and yeah, you could get pretty nice view and races to get and enjoy. If it works, sometimes it sometimes works. Thank you very much. Wait, oh no, that's bad. Who was that? Yeah, okay, that was on me. I'm so sorry. One of the guys trolled me and everyone in the stream. I'm so sorry. I should do this, yeah? Like right around now. Audio settings, voice chat. I'm so sorry. Okay, now we're gonna never suffer this loud noises from others. Yeah, you can see that I'm not really used to streaming at all. So I don't know these small adjustments to do to commentate and live stream a race. Give every driver an extra inch of room, please. Yeah, due to the issues. Yeah, sure, understandable. We have 20 out of 20 drivers. Martin got in, which is nice. But yeah, we can see the connections. It's not looking good at all. Yeah, current host is Mitis, but I highly doubt this issue is on him at the moment. He already hosted multiple races, so without any difficulty, without any issue. So I highly doubt that's because of him. Yeah, that's indeed the issues. Also, chat, if you have an opinion about this game, you can share it into the chat freely. For me, as I said, I like this game, although I'm completely aware of its problems. And for league racing and league organizing, it's difficult basically to keep track of. But yeah, I still think that for the last game, it's definitely a pro. Like it definitely better. Okay, I assume. Oh no, that's bad. Okay, we lost someone and we are getting ready. Okay, I have no clue. It's not Martin. Who left? Let's see. 2 Alpha in, 2 Merc in, Williams in, McLaren in, Alpine in, Alpha Tauri, Med? Yeah, Med left. Yeah, that's gonna be Med. Oh yeah, there are lags indeed. 19 drivers, yeah, Med disconnected. For whatever reason, maybe the EA servers are not nice to him, but he's getting back. All good. It's fine. Yeah, the graphics are unoptimized. I am also suffering. I have micro lags from it. Maybe I should get better hardware for it also. That would be helpful. But for now, it does its job. Not too bad. Okay, so we are going to get back to the sprint, which is gonna be rainy once again. Let's hope the drivers won't forget about their setups, which would be pretty unlucky. And previously what Maverick asked is a pretty good question, like what you want to do, what kind of setup you want to use, or what strategy you want to do. Like you want to get a higher downforce setup just for this race where you could get a few points, but not the major point comparing to the race, or you want to get a dry setup, suffer in these conditions, but getting most out of it in the dry race. That's the question, and we are gonna retry and re-see what will be happening right now. Is Fat Cat gonna keep his lead comfortably, or someone else is gonna try and take away from him? Matt is having difficulties, as I can see, and we are getting away. 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go. Seems like Fat Cat is not getting a great start for now. Haas is getting pretty close, but Fat Cat has a line and he's clean completely. Let's see from back. Ghost Rider having issues with the Alfa Romeo. Oh, and there I see a lot of 3 Ys. That's really scary to see. And a lot of position changing from behind. And oh no! Dietz is out of the race. Dietz is out of the race, who were starting at P2. Fat Cat has no one behind him. Completely clean. Meanwhile, Jake losing some positions. Tiki Dogs also. And there is a lot of fight at the back of the field. Let's see. Oh, there is a big bunch of cars at the back. Jake leading this train. And we can see some fighting. Tiki Dog trying to get close to the Haas, but from out of nowhere a Merc appeared next to him. Arrow is getting the position flawlessly. The two have been fighting with each other. And I really like the scoreboard. It's perfectly positioned to the race. So the American and the Alpine still fighting with each other. The Alpine, who is driving by Bust, got some push, and Tiki Dog and Mr. Bust is keep fighting behind. But right now we're gonna see some action right behind with the guys. Flynn is getting on the inside line, trying to keep it clean. It seems clean, and Flynn got it alright. Oh! Okay, Arrow lost it. Arrow is at back of the field. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe someone pushed, or maybe he used the throttle a bit early. Okay, let's get some information out of these guys. So it's not even a question what kind of tires we are using. It's Inters, of course. At the moment, Fat Cat has a 1.3 second lead, clean from Metis. We can see some fighting ahead of us, who is Krampus getting a position, I think, on the McLaren and getting close to the Mercedes of Blitz Hyper. Ooh, a really big slide, probably locking up the brakes from Martin. Let's see if he's gonna try and attack the McLaren. He's having issues, probably because of the dirty air or maybe a set of differences, but his braking is not on the point right now. He's losing crucial time and gap against Jake, and that's not ideal. Meanwhile, Fat Cat getting the fastest lap, but I assume more guys will get that in that rainy conditions. However, Versh, in the meantime, getting really close to Martin. And I assume he will have a go in this second straight, but it's not quite close. Okay, let's get some telemetry on. Using ERS to catch up with Martin, understandable. Meanwhile, Blitz Hyper and Jake is having fighting. Meanwhile, Jake is trying to overtake Hyper. Side by side on this part of the track. And Hyper is keeping the position, but invites the Aston Martin, and Aston Martin of Martin might get the position. There is some wheel banging, but it's so far so good. And they are still right next to each other. Looks like Flynn is gonna keep the position, but out of nowhere, Martin got the throttle up, and so far these guys are really at them. Oh, a really big snap from the Aston Martin. And this is not gonna end well. But for now, Flynn is ahead in the straight, and it's all about straight line speed, but in these conditions are not gonna make the situation easy. I assume Jake going to try everything in his power to get this position, but he's too far for a dive, or no, but invites Versh right next to him, getting on the inside of the Sennas, having some push from Jake, and he's through. Versh got the position nicely. Meanwhile, we can check on Vabo, and actually behind him, Baltash and Texney fighting. We could check on that too. The cameraman not getting paid for this job to get the actions. I will talk to him in a quick moment when the racing is more calmer. So Texney and Baltash, so far not the best friends in this track. They really want to get some positions in. Both of them gonna get some points, but the question is any of them gonna get some ground? into the later part of the race. For now, it's gonna be a DRS train basically, but there is a lot of big gaps which drivers have to fill in order to catch the leading car, who is right now Fat Cat, with still a little bit of less than a second lead. Right now, Technics is alright from Baltas at the moment, but Baltas is gonna give it a go. Still right behind him, having some slides, which is gonna make him suffer. And oh no, Fat Cat throw it, he's right into the wall. There is no way, Fat Cat from the lead. He's done, and the new leader, we can see him right now, that's Kakarinus. What happened with Fat Cat? No DRS in rain. Okay, that's a commentator's issue, my bad. So, Fat Cat completely out of the race, which is really surprising. We could check on this train. This 5 car is pretty close to each other. Yeah, this is something which I'm not expecting. Like Fat Cat was pretty confident on ahead, but yeah, I don't know what happened to him. This is gonna make his race start from the back basically. Well, ahead of Dietz. So there is this 5 car who I assume we're gonna see some great racing, pretty close to each other. Right now the slipstream, if not the DRS, is gonna be the best friend of this for these drivers. So let's see, Jake for now not close enough to go for an attack for the Haas, although the Alpine is really close enough for not attack right here, but maybe have a go in the next straight. Let's see if the exit is gonna be nice, and it is gonna be nice. It is clean, using ERS just enough to have some acceleration and top speed, but not enough. Although Martin, my bad, sorry, Martin has passed Blitz Hyper, alright, which we wasn't able to catch. Yeah, that's the cameraman's job, not mine. Well, it's actually mine anyway. That's really unlucky, but we could get back to the Alpine. The Alpine who is attacking Jake, getting onto the inside with the Pinerino, or I don't know the pronunciation of these corners, and can't make the move, but sliding and drifting in this one and losing completely control. The Alpine is going to the back of the field. This is not ideal for the Alpine team. Both cars at P15 and P16, really unlucky situation. But we could check on Baltas at the moment, who is trying and overtaking Tixnis. Going to the inside, Tixnis giving the space right next to each other, but Tixnis have a better exit. Baltas might try to use some ERS to catch back. Meanwhile, Mr. Pass gonna get a 5-second time penalty, and I assume, yes, he's retiring in the pit lane, which is unlucky. That was a really unlucky situation. Well, let's see, Baltas is still trying his luck to get close, but we could check on Martin, who is having a go with crumpets. He's really cautious and extremely safe on the throttles. Like, he's making sure that he will finish this sprint, but also not making any mistakes. He's expecting crumpets gonna make any mistakes. He's making some small slides, which is, well, in these conditions, totally normal. We're getting a yellow flag. That's the Alpine's AI for us. By the way, as I can see, Jeek has a front wing damage, so that's why his position are not that high. But also, Ghost Rider has a front wing damage. It's a minor 10% damage, not too bad. But Martin is have a go with crumpets. Let's see where he's gonna go. He's going to the inside. Crumpets is going to the outside. We could check, and seems like Martin is gonna keep the position. Sorry, getting the position, and he will be clear of the Williams. But if the Williams is having a better exit than the Aston Martin, well, he could come back, but it doesn't seem like it. It seems like Martin has got a position, alright. Well, let's see. We could check VOD at P12. 2 tenths behind of Jake, who, as I said, has damage. It seems minor, but in these conditions, this minor damage can be really difficult to drive with. He might try to pass him as soon as possible. I don't know if he knows that the McLaren has damage. Meanwhile, he did an amazing slide and catch that one. For now, I think these drivers are just want to make home safe with those positions, which we could actually check about who made how many positions. Basically, everyone made positions except of VOD and of course the last 5 guys who lost position, but everyone has basically made positions, which is, I never seen a chart like this before. But let's get back to the racing part. We could check on Tixnix, who might start and build the advantage against Wabo. Oh, really heartbreaking there. And at the moment, if I'm correct, they both have the same ERS, the Red Bull of Wabo and Tixnix in the Alfa Romeo. They are right behind each other, and basically Tixnix is expecting a mistake from the Red Bull, not making any risky move at all, which is what you want to do. For now, it seems like we're gonna have 2 train of cars, not the DRS train, I'm sorry. And basically we want to they want to make sure to get back. However, it seems like Ghost Rider made some time up against Mythos, and he have a whole lot of ERS, 60%. He using every bit of ERS at the moment, and he still have more than the Red Bull ahead. He's going on the outside, but not close enough to make a move. Mythos keep the position for now. However, let's see into the next race. What can the Ferrari driver do? Exit seems good, but the ERS part is still on Ghost Rider's side, and he might go for a move, getting closer using the slipstream, but not close enough to make a move. Ghost Rider determined the situation perfectly. Arrow gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in pit lane, and he is gonna retire in the pit lane. Don't want any more of this rain. Understandably so. Who wants rain anyway? Ghost Rider is expecting any kind of mistake from the Red Bull, because he could get this position easily. He could get it. However, I completely forgot about this part, but the Ferrari has a 10% front wing damage, which not making his job easier. So let's see, maybe he's gonna be able to make an amazing exit, and seems like he does. He perfectly does, getting side by side of Mythos, and this is gonna be a drag race for the straight, and using every bit of ERS he has. So far clearing of Mythos, but Mythos might try and launch back on the outside. The Ferrari has to defend the position on the apexes, but Mythos has a really good go. Let's get back to Mythos. So, right behind of Ghost Rider. He don't have much ERS, and the low ERS amount gives him basically a less strengthful ERS. But now, he is the one who pursued the P2 position and pursue the Ferrari of Ghost Rider. Meanwhile, I just noticed Tixnix has a penalty, 3 seconds, which is pretty unlucky. Actually, we could do that. This one, okay. And by the way, just to show this man, because this man deserves a credit, Kakarenus, completely clear, making extremely big of a gap. 4.7 seconds of a gap in a sprint. The only thing which he could be an issue if he makes a mistake, but he has the RS, so there is no one, not even a single soul, who could catch him. And what I'm seeing, Hyper makes a mistake and spawns around. I don't know why. Maybe a driver's mistake, maybe a mistake with the other drivers, but that's a question we could just only ask ourselves, and we have no idea like what happened. But now Baltash is have a go with Tixnix. They basically had the same amount of ERS, and we could see like what will be happen of this battle. Tixnix is trying and have a proper exit. is going right behind him. Man, I really love these camera angles from this game. Oh, there is another yellow flag, Flynn. Flynn is probably made a mistake right there. Pretty unlucky, but we could check on how Tixnis is doing. However, Tixnis is gonna lose a lot of position. Actually, he's gonna only lose one, to be fair, against Martin, so his finishing position is not gonna be a big of a question at this point due to his penalty. But we could check on Jake, I guess. Jake might have a go on a Verge, but pretty far off from this point. Not really close enough. But another important thing is to finish, to check on the finish, and Kakaris gets the sprint victory. 5 seconds lead, which is amazing to see. And I lost it. Oh damn. Cameraman should get paid for this, to be fair. Martin made a last ditch effort pass and got P6, and surprisingly Fesket DNF'd from this session. I have no clue what happened to him, but I assume he's not happy. Martin is the driver of the day, which got announced by the game. But let's see the finishing order, which is gonna determine the order for the race. Kakarin is getting first place, follows Ghost Rider, Mitis, Vabo, Baltas, Martin, Tixnis, Verge, and these are the only drivers who are gonna get points. Then we have Jake, Crumpet, Wobby McQueen, Pinex, Flynn, Tiki Dogs, Blitz Hyper, who I think retired from the session, and these guys are retired also. Arrow, Bust, Fesket DNF'd, and these I think DNF'd as well. So this is the result of the sprint, and we're gonna have this basically order for the race. Okay, well, this rainy weather gave us some excitement for sure. I feel like most of the drivers are trying to be safe as possible and not try to do too many wild moves, which is understandable. But if you build your car for this occasion, then of course you have to try everything to get a better position. Now we are getting to the race. We could see some varied strategies, and I will be interested to watch and check on what kind of strategies we could see. I think drivers could make another last minute change of the setup, not changing too many major things, but just enough to make and get some edge on the opponents. We will see. By the way, next time if I'm gonna commentate, I'm gonna get a voter or a voter button next to me, because this is gonna be pretty difficult to commentate through without voter. But anyway, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be fun for sure. So once again, we are not gonna have any safety car, as you saw from the sprint race. We are not gonna have any of that, so the drivers really have to be careful to not make major mistakes, because the safety car won't help them out, nor help get the track cleaned if an incident happens at the front of the field maybe. But let's hope we're gonna have a safe start. And let's see what the Brazilian GP is gonna start. Let's see, 5 red lights out and away we go. Let's see, the Ferrari has a decent start, so does Kakarinus. And Ferrari might going for the inside pass, but Kakarinus is keeping the position on the outside, which turns in the inside. Kakarinus has cracked it amazingly. I see of Mr. Bust Alpine going onto the wrong way of the track, or facing the wrong way, not ideal. And for now, the first 4 cars is ahead. I see a 3 wide. That's not looking good. And the Alfa Romeo got pushed, but Martin got the position, or the Alfa Romeo went a bit wide, who knows. Cochran is keeping the lead comfortably, but there is Jake, who is right behind of Wabo. Wabo has to really defend against this driver. Going right into his gearbox, but not close enough. The Alfa Romeo, oh, there is some damage. Alfa Romeo getting on the inside of the McLaren, and the corner turns to the outside, and we could see some drag races around here. Meanwhile, Vash is getting a position against Bobby McQueen nicely. And oh wait, Crumpets is who gets a really good opportunity and pass those two cars, a teammate of him and Pineas, I think, for the lead. Meanwhile, Tixnix making passes. The McLaren of Jake made a pass for Tixnix, and we see 3 whites. Man, there are so many actions to cover, but who can cover but not the cameraman? So the two Williams is basically fighting with each other, and the Mercedes might get shafted from those 3 cars, but for now he's completely fine. Wabu is having a comfortable lead against the P7 car, and in the meantime we could check on Pinix, who basically start to make a train over car. Now we got some damage. Tixnis has front wing damage, Arrow has some front wing damage as well, possibly from the fights he got. And check on the tires. Yes sir, I just do that. So the tires, indeed. Oh, there is a yellow flag of the Alpha Tauri of Med, as I can see. So the tires are the following. We have Mitis on the soft tires, who gets attacked from the Alfa Romeo. Sorry, the Ferrari. Let's see if the Ferrari could have the chance on a go. Meanwhile, Tixis is pitting to repair his damage, as I can see. We have a yellow flag of the Mercedes. Wait a minute, Arrow has an issue. Spins around. I think he can't restart nicely, and Med is DNFing in the pit. Okay, and Med is leaving. Okay, something has happened with Med. Not ideal. Cocker is in the meantime still leading the race, and behind him we could check on Arrow maybe. No, Blitz should be fine. There is Blitz for us. Mr. Bust is also retiring. Wait, no, that's not retirement, it's basically leaving from the game. He haven't retired, which is surprising to see. Now, I think that's enough from the tires. We could see some positions for the drivers, but we are missing the action. Kakarin was losing the lead from Mitis, but he could have a go in this straight. Usually this is a good re-overtake opportunity on this track. Let's see. We could get the telemetry. Mitis used a lot of his ERS, and going on the outside, Alpha got the outside, got a little bit of push and not able to get to the situation, but he has amazing speed in this twisty turn and get P1 amazingly. Okay, let's see. Ghost Rider trying to defend against Baltash and also trying to catch Mitis in the process. We actually have, if I'm not mistaken, 5 cars really close to each other. Meanwhile, the Alpine's AI is on the track, which is not ideal, and yeah, he should have retired. But anyway, Mitt is going to the inside of the Senna. Seems like he's gonna get the position, but Kakarinus might try and get a proper exit to get a good run. He gets the DRS, and he's getting closer to Mitis, but not close enough. Not close enough for now. Oh, meanwhile, Martin has issues to keep it under control. Lost some time against Ghost Rider, but he can make that up. Not easily, but he can make that up. As I can see, most of the drivers use a lot of ERS to keep themselves in the fights, but the question is there gonna be someone who basically manages ERS properly and could make something out of this? But now let's check on Kakarinus, who might have a go against Mitis. Not quite, he's really far away, but there is Baltash. Baltash trying to catch Kakarinus. in the meantime. Doing a pretty good braking, but let's see, the exit is not that great, but he could use some ERS indeed, and also the DRS to catch up with the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo is not close enough to make any move, and also the AI of Mr. Bust might annoy the drivers. Sadly, in AI it's still visible and makes it annoying to see. And meanwhile, Pinex and Jake continues their fight from the sprint. And now Pinex keeps or gets P7. Just alright. Oh, but what I'm seeing is that Pinex is basically on zero fuel. As you can see at the telemetry, at the fuel light, it's yellow. It means that it's basically around zero fuel. I don't know if this is gonna be enough. Sadly, I haven't made too many league races to understand this. But this could be an issue for the Ferrari driver, we will see, because we are not gonna see any safety car or something like that. But we could check on the lead. Kakarinus have a go on the outside of the Senna, getting to the second Senna S. He takes the inside, giving sufficient space, but they are doing a wheel-to-wheel battle. Gets DRS and Mitis' car blinking, where he goes. Kakarinus takes the outside, let's see if he's gonna take the position. Side by side, pushing a little bit of the Red Bull and losing the position. Baltas appears out of nowhere. They might try and do too wide here. Seems like Baltas chose to stay out of this one for now. And this is gonna be really exciting, because I assume these 5 cars are gonna drive and try to overtake each other throughout the whole race, because this DRS train might get split up due to the pit stops later, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a little bit of an issue. Meanwhile, Verge also have a little bit of issue and lost positions, at least 5 positions from this. Meanwhile, Fat Cat trying to make the most out of this situation. He lost on this. Let's get back to Kakarinus, who's trying to have a go with Mitis once again, who is defending the position really nicely, but what can he do against a Kakarinus who has DRS and some ERS as well? Let's see. He's going to the outside of this corner. Meanwhile, Mitis is protecting it as much as he can, have a little bit of go, but keeps it nicely. Kakarinus is not over and he could still get a position. Meanwhile, Baltas is waiting for any kind of mistake from the other two. He could get something and he pushes. Baltas pushed Kakarinus to the grass. The Alpha Tauri driver made a mistake. Okay, I think FIA is gonna have some job to do for sure. That was not ideal. But now Mitis has some space behind him. He could have some chill for half a lap at least, until this field is not gonna filled and overtaken by Baltas. But the Ferrari might go for this position. Going to the outside, Baltas is most likely gone on the inside, going to the outside of this corner, and the DRS is gonna go for Baltas, of course, and for the other drivers as well. But let's see. Ghost Rider might have a move on the outside, but not quite. He can't really make it. I'm not Italian, thank you for asking. Anyway, so Ghost Rider trying to have a go with Baltas, not really making anything. Meanwhile, Jake still have a friendly banter, which might not gonna be friendly later, with Pinex. Going on to the outside, at this moment he needs to pay attention to Blitz Hyper, who is also waiting for any kind of mistakes from the 2 drivers ahead of him. The McLaren is going really close to the Ferrari as much as he can. But what I can see is these guys. These 5 cars have the contention for the victory. Actually, also Vabo is in contention, not too far from them. 1.5 seconds from Kakarinus, but actually Kakarinus, my bad for changing to the camera. Ooh, we're gonna have some overtakes done. Kakarinus might have a go with Martin, and he's sticking to the inside, which goes to the outside, and Martin pushes the Alfa Romeo, and he gets out of contention. I think Vabo is gonna overtake him soon enough. Baltas might go for the lead, going to the outside. Both cars blinking, the Red Bull and the Alfa Tauri, and Baltas not quite get the lead, but the Ferrari invites himself to this battle. Pretty soon. Ferrari might have a go against AlphaTauri, but it's really hard to overtake in these corners. You can't really go next to the other car. What you want to do? For now, they are all settled, and Vabo is really close to make a move on Kakarinus. Meanwhile, Jake is still having fun with Phoenix. I assume that's indeed a really big of fun. But we could check on these drivers. Let's see, Ghost Rider. Let's see his exit out of this penultimate corner, because there is 2 more corners, sorry. And there's 1 long corner. It's not close enough, but he has so much ERS, more than Baltas has. But what I assume, Baltas might have a go for the lead. Once again, going to try against Mitis, now have a better momentum, going to the outside, and Mitis is taking it really strategically, going side by side, out of the S's, not quite getting the position. Still, Mitis leading, but now they are side by side doing a drag race, and what I'm seeing is Ghost Rider invites himself for P2. Let's see, it seems like Baltas is gonna keep P2 out of this. Ghost Rider really making these situations really exciting for these drivers. Like, you can't be sure of your overtake because there is someone else right behind you. Meanwhile, Mitis have a moment ahead of us, so you can't be sure if you can make this move. Meanwhile, someone behind you might have a go for your positions as well. This is pretty exciting, and we could check on the other drivers as well, but to be fair, this is some exciting battle. These 3 cars really going at it. And we have different tire compounds also for the drivers, like a soft for Mitis and 2 mediums for Baltas and Ghost Rider respectively. Meanwhile, Baltas is going for the inside now, not taking any more of that outside line, and he gets the position. Mitis might try the switchback, not quite get it, but he has now the power of DRS and friendship in his car. Let's see what he can do about it. Baltas is gonna go for the defending line. Mitis next to him, and amazingly, we can't see anything from it. He goes a little bit wide, but Mitis and Baltas right next to each other. Can they go next to each other through the next corners? Seems like it. Oh, this is pretty close to each other. We have a yellow flag, but seriously, we have to watch this. Still, these 2 cars right next to each other for corners now. Baltas and Mitis trying their best to get the lead, and seems like Mitis get the lead, but the Ferrari of Ghost Rider pushing the Alfa Tauri, which unsettles the car, and that's not ideal. Seems like the Ghost Rider lost some momentum because of this, and Martin is at P3. This is the new driver who expecting some kind of drama to get out on this. Meanwhile, Jake probably made a mistake and spun, and also we see some position changes around the back of the field. But we could see that right now, oh, there is a 3-way battle basically for P2. Martin is going, oh, that's a big contact from Kakarinus, that's probably damage. But right at the moment, Ghost Rider might have a go, but doesn't seem like it. But maybe, just maybe, gives a moment for Kakarinus to catch back. Now, if you excuse me, and we could check on the top 3. Kakarinus has no front wing, by the way, so Kakarinus is out of the contention at the moment, has no front wing. Pretty unlucky situation, but everyone else in the top 5 has no damage. The ERS level though, right now, Ghost Rider has the most amount of ERS, everyone else has around 20 or 15% of ERS. This is a pretty close battle what we are watching, and now it's gonna be more exciting because soon enough we're gonna see the pit stops. Question is, what kind of strategies they want to make? Are they going for the undercut or keeping the strategies as it is? Right now Baltas might have a go, doesn't seem close enough to make any kind of action, but might try on the outside, but it's a try, not gonna be anything serious, but he's somewhat far. But the DRS is gonna help him somewhat. Kakanis is gonna box for repair, most likely, and might be going for the hearts, I think. Yes, he does. He does go for the hearts. Well, at the moment, Martin has a little bit of job to do to catch back up with Ghost Rider. It's not gonna be easy though, because he has no ERS and the Red Bull of Wabo is right behind him. Meanwhile, Ghost Rider expecting some kind of mistakes from the two of the guy ahead of him. They're really trying to keep it clean, but when the adrenaline is high and when others are right next to you and watching you, making a mistake, it's making the whole thing a trouble for you to keep it clean or try to keep it clean. Meanwhile, Ghost Rider used his ERS, getting DRS right now, and Mid is going for the pit, most likely pitting for Harz, I assume, but this means Baltash is getting the lead for now. Oh wait, excuse me. Okay, my bad. My bad for this. So, because I alt-tabbed, we didn't see Wabo's opportunity stick pass on Martin. He's got P3. Excuse me for the technical difficulty. So, let's see. We have the top 4 car basically right into each other. Mid is boxed from the lead for, as I can see, to the mediums. Meanwhile, Jake gets the fastest lap due to his new softs. Well, two lap or softs. That's pretty impressive to do. But now, Ghost Rider might give it a go for the lead, but I would be interested to see what kind of strategies these guys make. Baltash is gonna stay out for now. Ghost Rider doesn't need to do anything, the DRS helps him just enough to go side by side, get into the inside, and this is gonna be a done deal for him. Baltash might try to attack him back in the straight with the power of DRS, and we have some yellow flag of Martin. No, that's the Williams, that's Crumpets. No, not Crumpets, what I'm saying, Versh is DNF'd. Okay, nice job, commentator. Anyway, Versh is probably get a DNF from this. But now, Ghost Rider got the lead for now, which we missed, thanks for that. What happened to the times? This is the intervals of... Wait, let me check. I could do this. To the leader, yeah, this looks better. So, right now we have 2 cars for the lead. We have Wabo who is trying to catch up with the lead, and we have one really close and strict DRS train, and some cars who is just really going everywhere, like not in a DRS train. Meanwhile, Baltash still trying to get back his lead from Ghost Rider. He's using some ERS to catch back at him. Let's see if it's gonna be enough. Blitz Hyper is speeding in the pit, and I assume he might gonna DNF from this, but anyway, Baltash makes a move on the outside amazingly, and seems like he's gonna get the lead from Ghost Rider. Very nice, and Hyper is not gonna DNF, my bad. So the AlphaTauri is leading the race for now, but the question is, because Mid is boxed early, it seems like the pit strategy might be in the favor of him. So if Baltash and Ghost Rider will box, they have to fight through the field, just like Mitis has to fight through the field for now. But right now Mitis' job is to pass everyone as soon as he can do. We might see some boxing right now from the lead cars. We will see. At the moment, Ghost Rider can open DRS, and we might seeing some racing still. Getting close to Baltash, but not close enough to make any move. This gets a 3 seconds time penalty for the warnings. Baltash has a moment. This is gonna invite the Ferrari, I think. for a battle. He does have the strength of the ERS. Getting really close, going on the inside, not quite. Made up his mind to not go and do anything funny right now. It was a too far an opportunistic move if he would done that. But that's it. We could check on the Alpine of Tiki Dogs, who is right now at 5th place, fighting against Fat Cat, who got the pole position previously but lost it in the sprint. But right now Mitis, as I said on the new mediums, basically wants to pass this Alpine and old tire runner as soon as possible. And he is having a go for it. He have more traction on those new tires going to the outside. Is he gonna able to do that? Seems like it. Mitis is doing an amazing job. Two Haas basically out of the track. I don't know if they had some issues with each other, but Dietz has no front wing. Fat Cat gets a 3 seconds time penalty, and in the meantime we might see some position changing with Fat Cat. There is Mitis, who takes the 4th place from Fat Cat. Now we could check, and Tiki Dogs is gonna box. We could check the tires right now, and again the Haas of Dietz is sliding all the way. Yeah, he has no front wing, so that's gonna be really unlucky. It was frozen for a while, my bad. And yeah, that's gonna be for Dietz. He retired or got a terminal damage. Mitis, 4 laps old mediums, making his moves to the lead. Right now he has a net P1 at the moment due to the cars ahead of him not boxed yet. But let's see. We could check back on Flynn how he's doing with Kakarinus. Right now Flynn don't have the opportunity. By the way, there's a yellow flag for Jake, as I can see, probably spun around, but Kakarinus really close to him, which is understandable since Kakarinus has new hards, boxed 5 laps ago. He's gonna have the DRS going for the move right next to it, and I think he's gonna get it. Yes, Kakarinus is gonna make this move clean and dusted, taking P7 just nicely. Okay, let's see what we could do. Flynn right now still has to box, and the top 3 runners still has to box as well. Seems like we have a ghosting Haas. I don't know why. Jake retires, I think. Wait, where is Jake? Where is Jake? I don't know if he retires on track or the pit lane. Probably he retired in the pit lane. So, right now, the top 3 still haven't boxed yet. As I said, Mitis has the lead, the net P1 basically. He's the man right here. And as I can see, one of the Haas is making a pit stop. And wait a minute, Bobby McQueen retires in the pit, and which is gonna make things interesting, the things what we are seeing. But Ash and Ghost are still fighting with each other for the lead. They still have to box. I assume they want to go for the soft tires at this point, because they could make it if they make more laps on this stint. But this means that this completely invites Mitis, and they have to do a few laps of sprint on those soft tires. So Wabo is still doing his catching up. Meanwhile, Blitz Hyper and Tixnix is fighting. We're getting yellow flags due to the AI cars I can see of Bobby McQueen. And for now, Hyper is keeping the lead of the P8. I am saying lead. Also important to mention, and I should check on this, we have 2 penalties for now. Blitz Hyper has 5 seconds and Fat Cat has 3 seconds because of warnings, track limit warnings. I could check what kind of warnings we have. Mitis has 2 warnings, which is important to note. And oh wait, Ghost Rider is going to the pit lane. To what tires? Let me see. He is going for the softs indeed, and Baltash is doing the same as well, copying his rival on the track right now. We will see how this gonna turns out, and right now Vabo is leading the race for now, who won the last race in Monza. He is probably going for the soft strategy as well, and we will see. I'm gonna be really exciting to see how Ghost Rider and Baltash is gonna go through this field. They have to go through basically 3 cars, because we are not gonna count Vabo in. But Vabo has to also do this run in. Tixnis is also have to pit, so at least 2 of the drivers has to pit now, or sometime later in the race. Okay, we have some actions with Fat Cat and Crumpets. Fat Cat is on the new mediums, passing the Williams driver with no problem. Also, who was the driver who had not enough fuel? Ghost Rider? No. One of the drivers had, sorry for changing the camera, not enough fuel. Probably Phoenix had low fuel. I would be interested to see, however. Right now, still the medium on Vabo is working out nicely. Meanwhile, Baltash is making move on the Ferrari, alright? And he has to make a run for it. I mean, at this point, Baltash and Ghost Rider has to work together on those softs, because if they slow each other down, they won't be able to catch the lead. They have to make 13 seconds up, which is definitely possible. Right now, Cocarinus is slowing them down on the hards, 9 laps out hards. Baltash is trying to get everything out and passing immediately, going to the inside, not quite working out, and this corner goes to the outside. But remember, Baltash is a better traction. There is a yellow flag because of the Aston Martin, I think, or Fat Cat. Yeah, that's Martin for us, sadly. Martin made a mistake, I think, but Baltash has a go on Cocarinus. Oh, he's almost got sent into the pits, pretty exciting, and also Ghost Rider has a chance. This is going to be 3 wide, Baltash is on the inside, and the 2 soft runners is able to pass the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo might try and have that position back on the straight. Doesn't seem like it, if the Ferrari has to burn, but now they are quite side by side, but this is fine. The Ferrari is gonna keep P3, and right now Baltash and Ghost Rider all have to do work together and catch Mitis in the front, who is have 8.7 lead. Oh, Martin is going wide. Does he have damage or something? I can't see that, but he does have 2 warnings, which is pretty unlucky. So right now these 2 has to work together in order to catch back the leader, and now Mitis is losing a lot of time. Tixnix on the new softs is past Phoenix, and he also has to do some work to get back into the points, but it doesn't seem like it is gonna happen, because he has to basically do less than 20 seconds of time, and under 11-12 laps, that's a pretty difficult job to do. But now let's see how Baltash and Ghost Rider gonna solve this situation. As I said, the smart decision would be to just stay behind each other, maybe change up the leading position of P2 for the guys. Martin gets a 3 seconds of penalty due to the track limits. So these 2 would work together with that, changing the lead and basically throwing each other. They could catch up with Mitis, and they could basically sort out the lead for the race for themselves. But I think Mitis is aware of this issue, and he could try something, but on a basically worn tires, or basically we could say worn tires, it's gonna be difficult. There is a lapped car of the Alpine at P4 team. This is leaving the session. Was DNF'd anyway, but we could see that Martin might have a go for Cocarinus. Martin has to do some work because he has a 3 seconds time penalty side by side of Cocarinus, going to the outside, and so far they keep it clean, there was some wheel bagging, but Martin got the position for now. But let's see, Cockerinus can come back. Let's see, they are right next to each other, hards versus mediums, and Cockerinus got the inside, and seems like the position is for their possession. Check P1, we can check P1. Thank you for the points. Take a big breath. Yeah, I should do that. Why everyone is sending these points to take a breath. True. So we could check on... Oh, Pinis is retired in the pit. And as we can see, Mitis is having his time of his life for now. This is basically a calm before the storm for him. Because 11 laps old mediums might not gonna be enough against the softs which are 4 laps old. However, important to note, these soft tires are gonna degrade throughout the time to catch back up with Mitis. Now Martin is having another go with Cockerinus, going onto the outside of the stand, one of the stand nices at the first corner, keeping it there, pretty much closing on Alfa Romeo, but so far so good. And taking P4. However, Wabo is behind these two, might have a go because he's on newer tires, trying to find a place. Oh wow, this Ferrari going so slow. That was really scary. And the Ferrari DNFs, that was really scary situation to be fair, but they got away with it nicely. Wabo is trying to get some kind of space, but basically these two cars are side by side, and this is not for Wabo, and the Alfa Romeo got spun around by the Aston Martin of Martin. Okay, I wouldn't be the place of the FIA. Hyper gets us 3 seconds, and Wabo might get the position of Martin soon enough. I assume he has more ERS, I think so. He gets a really good exit, he has better tires, so this shouldn't be an issue for him. However, also have to mention Ghost Rider might have a go on Baltas, and seems like he's gonna get it, but Wabo is having the position against Martin, going side by side, but this is not a question for Wabo. He gets P4, alright. Meanwhile, Ghost Rider and Baltas having their differences right now. Baltas might have a go on the inside, a little bit of out of the Ferrari, and gets the position. Seems like, and this is a hunch from Race Engineering, hydrate, that's not gonna happen, Arrow, I have no voter, but thanks for the point. So the issue is, I think the softs are not good enough. That 3 seconds of a lead for Mitis is basically stagnating at this point, and I don't think the softs are gonna be able to hold up against those mediums. I think this is gonna be for a P2 better for Baltas and Ghost Rider. What we could do in this situation, well, watch how they sort this one out. Ghost Rider getting the DRS, which helps him to get closer, might go for the move, actually goes for the move, going to the inside once again, sticks to it and gets the move done. But as usual, Baltas might have a saying to this. He's gonna have the DRS now in this straight. Amazing camera action, thank you F123. And he makes the move. I'm speechless. The cameraman is now on point at this moment. Okay, so these two is having fun. Let's see how Flynn is doing. Flynn is having issues with crumpets. He found a new friend basically to race with. But this is going for the points, but not close enough at the moment. As I can see, P2 and P3 made some time up for Mitis, but not that big of a time they made previously. And actually, we might see some action from this. It's a bit far, but I think the DRS is gonna help Ghost Rider massively. I assume Baltas has a higher wing than Ghost Rider. Is it gonna be close enough to make a move? Doesn't seem like it. Ghost Rider won't make any attempt of overtaking. Now the question is he gonna do some ERS tactic? Yes, he does. Baltas is blinking basically, so Ghost Rider is going to have a move, getting next to each other of the AlphaTauri, and seems like he's gonna take the position for now. Who knows for how long, but Baltash is going to try. No, he's not gonna try. He's not going to try go next to him in these corners. These are pretty not wide enough to make too wide, basically. These are pretty difficult corners to do in a high speed. Dixon gets a 3 seconds time penalty because of the track limits. Also, as I can see, Flynn is basically trying to keep his 1 point hope against Crumpets, as I can see on those new softs, but those softs are maybe not gonna hold up against those old hards. Softs are basically degrading pretty fast. But let's see. Baltash might going to be close enough. Actually getting really close, but not close enough to make a move. Indeed. Let's see the exits of these two guys. The gap between Ghost Rider and Mitis is 2 seconds, as we can see. I don't think this is gonna be close enough for Baltash to make a move, which is understandable. At this point he should be saving ERS to have a go, because they might be able to catch Mitis, but the question is they gonna be, or are they gonna have the ability to fight against him for the lead? They are definitely catching him, as I can see. Let's see Mitis. Mitis has 37% of ERS, probably using some to distance himself from those two cars in order to not give them DRS. That will be the smart thing to do. However, I think this is just buying time, and at one point they will be in the DRS, and by the way the gap is 1.2 seconds. This is gonna happen anytime. I think the last few laps is gonna be a 3-way battle for the lead. Exciting stuff, exciting, that's for sure. Let's see. Baltash is now closer than before of Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider doing an interesting braking, which gives Baltash a little bit of less gap. Let's see. They are so open for the Alpha Tauri. Is it gonna be close enough to make a move? Not quite enough. Still being behind him, and I think we're gonna see DRS for Ghost Rider on P2, or anyone in P2, because of Mitis. Mitis is gonna have to do some defending against these two drivers. Like I said, these softs are used. They are over its basically best times, for sure. And we could say Mitis has the advantage right now due to the older tires, which is the better compound at this time with these lap times or amount of laps right now. Now, Ghost Rider, he's gonna have DRS as I anticipated, and now he's gonna try and keep close to Mitis and go for the lead, of course. Mitis has 50% of tire wear. The two soft guys, a Ferrari has 37 and Baltash has, the Alpha Tauri has 40. Let's see if he's gonna try and attempt an overtake. Mitis is gonna take the inside line, but making a late defensive move, a little bit of a move to the right, which basically close down Ghost Rider's way. But now Baltash might want to make a move on the Ferrari, not quite. He's thinking about it, waiting for the right opportunity, but he's right behind him and making a mistake with the braking. Meanwhile, Fat Cat is making up places with the new mediums, and he has to, as I said, because he has a penalty, but he has to get away from Kakarinus. I think he has 3 seconds, right? Indeed. So these are the penalties, as we can see. And now I think we have a 3-way battle for the lead. I don't think Wabu is gonna get back to it or get into this, but we have a 3-way battle. Mitis, Ghost Rider, Baltash, these three guys can win the race. Let's see. Ghost Rider is getting close onto the inside, taking the inside line, and seems like he's gonna be okay, although Mitis have a better go out from this corner. In the last 3 laps, yes, he's taking the inside line, going basically 3 wide, and Mitis taking the inside against Baltash, side by side of each other, and now going next to each other, and seems like Mitis has to set on P2. Okay, these three guys is gonna basically fight for the lead. as I anticipated. So, who could win this fight? Well, it's really hard to decide. Remember, we have a DRS zone right behind of the finish line, that the longest straight we have on Brazil. So it's a question how you want to approach this battle. Do you want to be leading the whole thing, or you want to stay behind to take the DRS? Right now, Mitis has the power of ERS, more ERS than these two guys have overall. As you can see, Baltazs has less than 10%. Trying to make a move or thinking about it, but not quite close enough. He probably wants to make a move in this lap in order to get some gap, or maybe thinking about where to finish at the end of this lap. Yes, he is not going any close, and Ghost Rider is not close enough to make a move on Mitis. For now, Baltazs is leading the race, but he's gonna have difficulties to keep this race lead in the straight. Let's see. All eyes on this three. This is gonna be really exciting. Meanwhile, Ghost Rider losing some ground, but he can get back that one. But let's see. Last lap is gonna come now. This man is leading with 7 tenths, 8 tenths. Mitis made a mistake at the exit, I think, because Baltazs got a second lead against him, and now Ghost Rider might go for a move against Red Bull. Going to the outside or trying, it's pretty difficult to do, and the corner turns to the inside, and Ghost Rider is taking P2 from Mitis. Mitis made a mistake in the last corner, I assume, last lap, but now both of the cars gonna have DRS, and Mitis gonna have a go with the Ferrari on the inside, trying to keep it clean, but Mitis is on the wider line once again, and Mitis might gonna try everything in his power to get back P2. But basically the ERS for the Ferrari and the Red Bull is the same. However, they are catching back to Baltazs. Baltazs is probably trying to keep as much ERS as he possibly can, but important to make a good exit in order to not be able to overtake him in the straight. So it's really up to Baltazs at this point. There is a yellow flag. Hyper, I think, makes a big mistake and is gonna lose the points. But let's see. Viper, nice. Baltazs is gonna win this race. Ghost Rider not gonna be close enough. Ghost Rider takes P2, and Mitis is gonna be on the podium as well. Vabo is taking P4, and I think Fat Cat is gonna be P7 after the penalties. Yes, I think so. Kakaris is passing him, but that was expecting. And Wabu leaves the session, but it's basically whatever at this point. He crossed the finish line, but who could get the last points? Flynn gets it, and I think Disney's got it. And since Wabu left the session, I think this made the whole order a little bit of out of place. So that was a bit hectic race to commentate for me at the beginning. Thanks for the hydrate points, guys, and the take back points. Amazing. And yeah, I hope you like this one. AlphaTauri wins Brazil GP, the Brazilian GP. What a performance. It looked like Mitis made a good choice to stay on the mediums and go for an early undercut, but yeah, it was a matter of time when the AlphaTauri and the Ferrari get back to him. Now, I want to get a word from the AlphaTauri driver to ask about his victory, so maybe we are gonna get an interview. So let's see. The most points we are gonna get, or the driver get the most points, is Baltazs with 29, Ghost Rider gonna get 25, and basically Mitis gets the most points, 21, Kakarinius 20, and Fat Cat gets 10. But the race results, as we can see, Baltazs won the race, followed by Ghost Rider, Mitis, Kakarinus, Fat Cat, Tiki Dogs, Martin, Flynn, Krampus, and Tixnis. These are the drivers who are gonna get points. Well, that was, whew, I'm out of breath. This was a really exciting race. It had its moment. And even though the middle part of the race was somewhat going down in the flow, with the flow, well, the end was quite exciting, quite strategic in the end. So maybe, just maybe, I should ask if this AlphaTauri driver wants to talk. Let me see. Okay, I send the words out. I think we got time for an interview. Yes, 30. Yeah, we have time before the briefing, I assume. So we will see about that. I know the screen is black or dark, I mean, whatever. I will sort it out. Okay, we can do. Hopefully we can do. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna ask the man himself who won the Brazilian GP. And we will see what's gonna happen. I hope you enjoyed this race and I hope you like the commentary. As I said before, it's what the hell I'm doing? So as I said before, this was my first real commentating alone, and I know it was a bit hectic, but I hope it was okay. Mitis is also in the waiting room. We could ask him. Maybe. We will see. Okay, let's talk about with the mem. Hello, Baltázs.
Hello.
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 First of all, congratulations for your victory and winning the Brazilian GP. It was a hectic race, it had a red flag, and the sprint was difficult also at the beginning part. But can you talk about the whole weekend overall?
It was a emotional roller coaster. But yeah, it was crazy. There was a lot of contact has been made, but luckily I didn't had damage, and yeah, I honestly didn't know what to expect. I didn't practice a lot for this race, but it felt good. And we had a great battle with Mitz and Ghost Rider, so it was really enjoyable. Yeah, I'm tired after this one.
Well, I can imagine. I'm also tired of basically commentating this one. Watching this was tiring, but doing it, I can't even imagine. About the strategy, you probably noticed that Mitis is on the softs. Did you have concerns that maybe Mitis is gonna make a lead or get more leads on the stint on the mediums?
Well, I wasn't really thinking about it, when I tried to overtake him, obviously, but yeah, I used a bit of a higher downforce setup, so it kind of compromised my pace in the long straights. But when I saw him after pitting and he made a lot of ground, I was like, oh, it's not gonna be easy. And after when I went to the pits, I had like a 11 or 12 second gap to work out, and yeah, I was just trying to play nice with Ghost Rider to trying to catch Mitz, which I mean it happened in the end, and yeah, I had to make that move, because if I didn't do it, well, then it's just gonna be a P3, I think. But yeah, that move was crucial, and it was amazing. The strategy was really good.
Well, that indeed was a crucial move, and yeah, I noticed that you are somewhat working together with the Ferrari to get closer to Mitis. One last question, not relating to the race. The next round is gonna be Spain in Phoenix. What do you think about it? How you feel on yourself on driving on Spain?
I mean, it's it's a pain, obviously, but yeah, not my favorite, but it's gonna be good. I think. I'm hoping I can fight for another podium and keep on the streak. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You never know. You can have bad luck for the next race. Who knows? We will see. But I'm positive about the next race, and we'll see how it goes after that.
Okay, well, interesting. And I hope you are gonna make another victory or a good performance on Spain. But congratulations for your victory, and I hope you are gonna enjoy this one.
Oh, I will, mate. I'm definitely gonna. This was a race to remember for sure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for answering my questions. Take care, man.
Take care.
Okay, well, this is going to be it. I know the screen is dark, but I think this is going to be it for me. And I hope you enjoyed this one. And thank you for having me. Thank you for the opportunity. I hope I won't get fired from this commentator role. It was an exciting race, and yeah, I really hope you are gonna enjoy this one. So take care and have a good night, everyone.